Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 Probots 1 vs 1 replay cast. Today, we have got ourselves a couple of bots that we've seen before. However, they are two awesome bots. In the top left, we have got Eris. And in the bottom right, we have got BenBotBC, and the BC, I believe, stands for Battle Cruiser. So, we're going to have a little bit of shenanigans to start things out here. As BenBot going for a proxy barrack. Going to be going for a single rack so far. Is BenBot the bot that I just cast that does the... Yeah, BenBot is the bot that does the proxy bunker, which is an incredibly strong strategy from what I've seen before. And so, we're going to see how effective it is against Eris, because we've seen this proxy barracks, the proxy bunker, being something that's incredibly difficult for a bot to handle. It's one of those things, if you haven't programmed a response to it, or programmed your bot in a certain way, sort of to catch all, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. We'll see if Eris is going to be in trouble or not, as the barracks is pretty darn far away for a proxy rack. So we've also got a scout going out. This drone is moving on out. It's gonna see this SCV. We'll see if there's a reaction there or not. No reaction so far. So there is a chance this bunker is gonna get up. If the bunker gets up, that's a big deal. If not, BenBot's gonna just have to play from its original position here. We see this drone coming back. More and more drones are pulled against this bunker, so that's great to see. BenBot probably the reason with this bunker strategy, probably the reason that some of these bots on the SCAI ladder actually have more fine-tuned programmed responses to something like that. So that gets shut down. However, BenBot, not being deterred, actually throws down another bunker, and this time around there's no immediate response here, no drones being pulled. There's a Marine coming up to the front now. So this bunker on the lower ground is actually going to get up. So we're seeing some redundancy from BenBot there, actually saying, okay, even if the bunker's canceled, try and throw another one up. It's totally worth it. Marines are rallying across the map. And soon enough, we're going to see a full bunker here. And this is going to be another big test here for Eris, whether there's a response that will allow it to deal with a bunker outside its base. As sometimes bots just trickle into this bunker and die, so we'll see if that's going to be the case this game. Hopefully not, for our sake. Hopefully not for Iris's sake. Hopefully so, for BenBot's sake. A Roach is on the way, a Queen's on the way for Eris, so a 2-base Zerg power-up off 26 drones, so potentially going to be going for a big attack here. And Roaches are good at breaking bunkers. We'll see if there's going to be Ravagers or not. It's all going to depend how that SCV repairs, if the SCV gets targeted by the bot. But there is a Ravager on the way already, and I'm actually quite curious this game. Is this Roach play a response to this bunker, or is this just Iris's general plan? We shall see as this game's going to develop. Marine working on that creep tumor. The creep tumor not going to get taken down. That's actually somewhat important here. Allowing those queens to go down the ramp. Transfuse now requires queens to be on creep, so we're just going to watch here as these Ravagers get to work on this bunker. Looks like a great response from Eris here. Pros the Biles being used, avoiding a lot of damage there. Queen derping out a little bit. And I know I say that too much, the D word. But that Queen does go down. Targeting the SCV is something that's quite important there. That's where the AI, or the bot, was getting a bit confused. Now, let's see, that bunker should fall. That's going to unleash the beast of this Zerg army. Whether there's going to be a push right across the map, that remains to be seen, but Eris definitely has got a good amount of units. And ladies and gentlemen, I totally forgot here, before we get too much further into this, make sure to go ahead and slap that like button. You guys are the absolute best community. I don't upload for like a month, maybe like a couple videos in a couple months, and you guys still slap the bejeebus out of that like button. So seeing as how Eris is at 76 supply max, let's try and go for 76 likes on this video. If we can hit that, that would be awesome. And of course, make sure to comment down below. You know it, more bots if you want to see more bots. I literally saw so many comments on the last video that I was like, you know, I just got to do more bots. I should have actually opened this video saying, yeah, more bots. Now we're seeing Eris come push up that ramp. This one siege tank is doing so much work. That bunker's going to be broken. Corrosive Biles are going down. A Widowmine's going to get picked off, but that tank remains elusive, not being picked off, getting so many kills, killing off pretty much all the Ravagers there, almost by itself. Such a linchpin in the defense for BenBot. So we're really seeing a lot of depth from these bots, and these bot games are looking more and more like human games. Even though that Eris is cruising currently at 11,000 APM, like, the sort of play style is looking a little bit more compact from these bots, if that makes any sense. They're a little bit less all over the place, it seems, at least for these two bots, which are quite well developed. Now, BenBot going to be going for those battle cruisers indeed. Third base floating on over. Starport producing a Medivac for now. Turret even going up in the main base. That's quite interesting. Ling burrows at the third base. Burrow was researched by Eris. Auto turret gets tossed down. Going to clean up that Zergling though. That's just incredible behavior from these bots. Like, the fact that someone went ahead and programmed that. I don't think either of these bots is machine learning. That just makes it incredibly impressive to say, hey, there's a burrowed Ling. Yeah, make the Raven toss down an auto turret. That sort of thing. Just great behavior all around. Looks like Eris is coming in for another poke. Gonna hit that third base, try and disrupt it. That base is not yet a planetary fortress, so there's a chance this could be shut down here. That would be quite a big win for the Zerg bot before this Terran bot really gets rolling with those high-tech BCs with that strong economy that's hard to punish. Roaches working away on this PF, but it looks like this PF's gonna get up. Even though the SCVs were being targeted, the Corrosive Biles are doing some work, getting out lots of damage. SCVs being picked off almost as soon as they repair. That's a big deal. This planetary very well may go down just yet. It's targeting the Ravagers pretty darn well, though. Actually, great targeting there by the PF. Ravagers do pull back. Oh, SCVs are on the base to repair, though. Is there going to be another Corrosive Bile or two to break it down? Oh, I got so close there. But it looks like this base is going to hold. Roach unburrows, but it's a single Roach. Unburrows into a Widowmine. The Corrosive Biles will continue to harass this base, but it looks like it's not going to go down. The Corrosive Bile also kind of working on that. No way. Was that Marine going to try and... No, PFs don't deal splash damage. So it was odd how it sat on top of that Roach for a second. That might have just been a coincidence. Just a coinky dink. But, yeah, we see here now an armory on the way here for BenBot. That fourth base is up and held. Another base is on the way. Eris is spreading creep like a mad, not mad man, a mad bot. And then we see this game's just going to develop from here. What's the response going to be from Eris towards the battle cruisers? That's the next big question, because these BCs can be such a menace. There's a Spore Crawler in the main, a Queen. I mean, that's a decent start until that BC number really starts to get higher and higher. The BC is actually going to target down the Spore right away. These Queens are so good at injecting, they have no energy for transfuse, but they actually do drive the BC away before it gets that Spore Crawler. Eris has an infestation pit on the way here. And this is fantastic. These TVZs that we're seeing. Last match it was Dadbot. This match it's Eris taking on BenBot. Really close engagements here. Like, this PF was so close to dying that could have totally changed the game. Once again, I love the tags. Eris Ling harass 807. So a little bit of Ling harassment being attempted there or something. BenBot saying tag Zergling. Where be these Zerglings? Okay, there they are. They are looking to get something done. Gonna take their anger out on these rocks. Okay. Yamato cannon on the way. That's very important for a battlecruiser bot. But then BenBot saying tag build Liberator. I wonder what the call for that is necessarily. Why would it say build a Liberator? Not sure. Spore Crawler is going to go down as this battlecruiser elects to go back in. It's now has its teleport off cooldown, so it can escape pretty much as soon as it needs to. If I recall, it was around 200 HP that these BCs elected to jet, and there it goes. Seeing that behavior there. These Lings are running around. They're at this fourth base, but the AI really is running around a bit there, as the Ling is just trying to harass, not actually engage. Okay, Ling's trying to harass again, not having too much success there. Fortunately, it is quite cheap harassment from Eris. The Zerg bot is expanding lots, which is important when going up against a Terran bot. That is very well established on 4 bases. These PFs are incredible defensive positions. Battlecruiser cleaning out some of this creep. Pushing those Zerglings away. We're now seeing Eris build up. We've got Hydra upgrades, Neural Parasite even on the way. We'll see how well that's going to be used. Ravagers are coming on in. Lings moving on in. They're covered in Dorito dust. Zerglings covered in Dorito dust. Crosibiles are being tossed down. This PF is showing no signs of being broken, though. We did see Queens in a Dropper Lord. I'm not sure where that exactly occurred. The Zerg bot is pushing on in. Battlecruisers getting Yamato cannons off. Infestors are being targeted right out the gate. They did not have Neural Parasite there, so not getting the work done that they needed to. One Battlecruiser's injured, has to retreat. Another Queen dies with almost full energy. The Zerg bot is really splitting its attack here against BenBot. Yeah, that is close, but it looks like even though Eris has got a very good supply, that the attack is being quite ineffective here. This is what BenBot really relies on. The Zerg AI not actually being able to break either of these positions. So that's hugely successful there for BenBot, holding this off. Resources lost starting to show that. BenBot teleporting back the injured BCs to this little repair hub it's got going on. Random Queen and a Dropper Lord moving around. Not sure what that's about. Looks like it's round 2 for this Zerg attack. Infestor now moving forward, but with the Battlecruiser, or with the Liberators, the Siege Tank, this is just not easy to break with Roach Ravager. Roach is splitting off, taking those Widowmine shots, but let's just... if these tanks get picked off, that would be pretty nice for Eris, but nope, the bot turns around before that occurs. BenBot 140 supply, Eris 160, so losing a lot of supply there. These Battlecruisers teleport back on in. Yamato Cannon gonna annihilate that Spore Crawler. The main base is now gonna take a lot of damage here, all the while BenBot is securing up a 5th base, so this is looking real good for the Terran bot here. As, yeah, I mean, these BCs are doing work. It's just inefficient trading here by the Zerg bot. This is one of the things that's got to be so hard to approach as a programmer for a Zerg bot, saying, okay, how do I make my army be able to break a position like this? Like, do you want to code specifics or just try and code good army behavior? Definitely need some improvement from these Zerg bots, it seems, on breaking the planetaries, as it is just such a strong strategy for the Terran bots. It's not easy to program your bot to handle something like this. And BenBot's defensive strategy is quite incredible. The BCs are just chilling at the back of the main base. Corruptors are on the way out. Hydras are coming on in now. But these bots should just be able to Yamato and then teleport out, or go hide in that back corner, either or. These ones are off teleport cooldown, but they're just going to chill until they are back off a cooldown. Queen's going to eat Yamato cannons. There's 4 Queens against 4 Battlecruisers. You guys tell me the odds on that. I'd put money on the Battlecruisers here. One BC teleports on out, another one's taking some heat. We'll see, it's going to teleport out as it drops in that HP. These other 2 are just chilling on here. And this is really taking the heat off BenBot, which has now reached the max. 200 supply just about. And if Eris couldn't win a fight when BenBot was at about 140 supply, I don't think it's going to happen when BenBot's at 200 supply. So I'm quite worried here for Eris. I mean, maybe it's important for the Zerg bot to shift gears, and that would be a potential solution to a bot that's programmed just to turtle, like BenBot. Say just mass infestors, mass spores. Maybe then try and catch the BCs with infestors. We did see Eris make infestors. And there we go, we see tag Eris Spore Forest being thrown down. So we'll see how many of these Spore Crawlers are going to get built, how this game's going to go. We see this 5th base is being attacked. Corruptors could potentially get some work done here, as they are engaging the BCs, and they're in very high numbers, so we're actually seeing potentially one of these BCs go down. No, that's not the case. It gets away. 2 more of its friends come in. Yamato cannons being dumped. This BC should just teleport out before it gets picked off, and it does indeed. That's so pesky, but here we go. One Battlecruiser gets Neural Parasited, and all of a sudden we are seeing some successful attacks here from Eris. Picked off a Raven. Those aren't too cheap either. Now, a lot more work needs to be done here by Eris. Corruptors pick off another Raven. If these Corruptors can get a caustic spray off on this planetary, that would be great. However, they are working away on these BCs, on these Vikings, which are posing a threat. This battle cruiser, teleport is off cooldown, but it actually overcommits a little bit, gets picked off. Another battle cruiser here. This one isn't going to teleport out either, but it will just sort of turn back. That's interesting. Why those VCs elected not to teleport away. I'm not sure what the catch is there. Maybe too close to the main or something like that. This base is being worked on, endlessly repaired by SCVs. Queen's just tanking those PF hits. The Corruptors coming on in. More Hydras, more Lings on the way. The Corruptor count is starting to thin out, and they really were the thing buying Eris the most success. All the while, there's a random command center floating over here to the left. BenBot trying to get that 6th base expansion up. This is where I'm quite worried here for Eris, as it's just trickling units on in here. It lost all the Corruptors for the most part, and those really were the only thing causing it to get success. There is no amount of Hydras that will win this, I don't think. Neural Parasite does go down on a BC. That is actually going to secure the kill on it, so that's very successful. Vikings are overcommitted, and these are 3/3 Hydras, so they do put out a lot of work. Another Neural Parasite goes down, but there's really not too much damage to work on that BC after all those Corruptors and Hydras were picked off for the most part. This BC gets teleported by, teleported on top of the Spore Crawlers. That is such sick behavior there by Eris. The fact that that's part of the bot's behavior. Thor's getting Neural Parasited, more BCs getting Neural Parasited. As Thor, being a traitor, almost kills that friendly battle cruiser, I think. Oh my gosh, what a game this is. BenBot really being a favorite here. We got the tag turret cancel happening again. Not sure what that one's about. Ling's moving on in towards this base. Still no major success happening, but BenBot is eventually going to start to mine out here too, which is similar to the last game that occurred. I believe, did BenBot actually lose the last game? Did it eventually just run out of money? I think it might have, if I'm not mistaken here. I think BenBot actually lost the last game. So maybe, I might have got confused there a little bit. Yeah, BenBot is, does very well, it seems, up until it comes to trying to secure up a 6th base. As the Zerg bots have... I'm not trying to lump all Zerg bots together, but the Zerg bots tend to stick together for the most part. With taking mass expansions. Now we see BenBot making Vikings. The BC is not really getting any harassment done. Both bots are at almost max supply. These planetaries have yet to be broken, but no 6th base up just yet. Vikings moving towards the left. Eris tagging his Vipers, telling them to consume. I really do love these tags, letting us know what's going on. This base is really under a lot of assault here. This Zerg army has grown quite a bit. TF's not being broken just yet. The natural base not being broken yet, but the army composition isn't looking too hot here for BenBot. Supply really is dropping. Yeah, there was like 10 Vikings there or something that just went down. This planetary doesn't have any SCVs to help repair it right now. SCVs are transferring to help, but they're just going to get annihilated by the Hydras, and these BCs don't have their 3/3 upgrades, so they're kind of lacking in that department. Yeah, I think BenBot might actually just be running dry here. For all the talk I talked about how the Zerg bot wasn't having a lot of success, apparently the Zerg bot in this case is doing pretty darn well. Eris hasn't killed off any of these bases yet though, which is a little bit of a concern, but Eris still has a lot of money coming on in here. All these bases are up. Really no shortage of it. Whereas BenBot's really starting to run broke, down to 80 supply. So I think we may be able to foresee the conclusion of this game. Roaches are on the way, interestingly enough. Baneling's on the way. Notably lacking Baneling speed, which is kind of comical. I'm not sure what the trigger is there to say, yeah, let's make them slow Banes at 19 minutes into the game. But, you know. Yeah, this looks very similar to the game against DadBot. Actually, if I'm not mistaken. 6th base not getting up. These BenBot games really are great though, but even though that BenBot seems to start really strong, I guess it just fails to get enough harassment done, fails to prevent Zerg bases or take more bases of its own. If it had a 6th base up, that would be huge, but the 6th base, like in 1v1s, for bots, is equally hard to take as Terran. This location under siege, is this the same clutch tank from earlier on? Still doing a lot of good work here. Roaches are harassing it. The tank's shooting away. But the money supply for BenBot is basically nothing. All the SCVs have been pulled into the fray. There's no mules really being dropped. Yeah, no SCVs are mining. In fact, the last SCVs just died there, so BenBot is broke as a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that bell icon, get notified. I'm going to try and upload a little bit more here. Currently trying to find the best way to spend my free time, and being a Starcraft creator is certainly a fun thing to do. If you do want to help out, feel free to send me more bot replays to cap. Just join the Discord, send me a link, that sort of thing. Consider becoming a YouTube member if you do really want to support the channel. There's various perks you can get, and it goes a long way. I'd like to live stream again as much as possible, but unfortunately I'm working nights right now, which means that I'm not really awake till like 4 p.m. my time, which is a little bit late to stream, because when I like to stream, I'd like to make sure I caught the European guys too. The European crowd. PF just picking off infestors like it's nothing until it gets blinded by the blinding cloud. But yeah, let me know if you want to see any other kind of videos. I'll definitely keep these bot videos coming, but I'm thinking of maybe doing some Age of Empires. Would you like to see me play some of these bots, or cast some more pro games like I used to do for a long time? Yeah. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. Let's see the curtain call here. Will the last building be this command center here? That's the real question. That's the real question. Yeah, very, very similar to the last game from BenBot. There goes the Zerg force. There goes the lag. Pushing on in. So much happening. Casual 36,000 APM here from Eris. BenBot still cruising pretty high for a bot with not many units. Spamming the auto turret. And that's gonna be just about it. Super speed. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch these last supply depots get picked off. And the last building is indeed the corner command center. Now floating home. Not sure where it's going, but it's going somewhere. But it cannot land, alas.